Dear children, welcome to the video class. Grade 10 Science Chapter 5 Periodic Classification of Elements. Dear children of grade 10, welcome to the video class. In this last class, we have seen Moseley's modern periodic table that the elements are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number. Now we are going to see the topic 5.3.2, that is trends in the modern periodic table. So first let us see valency. Okay, first let us see valency. So what is meant by valency, children? Valency is nothing but the number of electrons present in the outermost shell of its atom. Okay, we know that the atom consists of 4 shells K, L, M, N. In the last class itself we have discussed that. So we have to determine the valence shell of an atom and we want to know the number of electrons in that shell. So that is called the valency. Okay, now come to the activity 5.6. So how do we calculate the valency of an element? If I am giving you one element, how will you calculate the valency of an element? Yes, right children. First you want to know the atomic number. Then you want to write the electronic configuration. Okay, then you want to find the valence shell. In case of hydrogen, the valence shell is H. In the case of lithium, the valence shell is L. Then you want to find the number of electrons in the valence shell. So that is the valency of an atom. Now, this is the activity for you. Okay, now for the first question is asked. How do you calculate the valency of an atom from its electronic configuration? I already told the answer. Okay, so you want to find the valence shell and from the valence shell you want to calculate the number of electrons. Okay, now two elements are given. The first element is magnesium, the second element is sulfur. The atomic number of magnesium is 12 and sulfur is 16. You want to write the electronic configuration and you want to find the valency. Okay, like that you want to find out the valency of first 20 elements. Okay, go to the periodic table. You write the first 20 elements and for the first 20 elements you find out the valency. For finding out the valency you must write the electronic configuration also. Then what do you want to know means, okay, then what you have to find? Then you have to find out the how they vary in a period or in a group. Okay, so come to the periodic table. Okay, see, take the first group. In the first group, the first element is hydrogen, the second element is lithium and the third element is sodium. Okay, write the electronic configuration and you find the valency. So you can find in the first group the valency of all the elements will be 1. Now you take the second group. Okay, second group, beryllium, magnesium, calcium. You find out the valency. Here also, here you will be getting the valency of 2. Okay, similarly you take the second period. In the second period, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine and neon is there. Okay, you find out the valency and you have to say how the valency varies in the group or in the period. Okay children, you do it properly. I will be asking the questions in the meet class. Okay, if you are not answering properly, impositions will be given. Okay, so children, you have to do properly and you have to tell the answer properly in the meet class. Okay, then come to the next one, atomic size. Okay, so atomic size. Atomic size is nothing but the radius of an atom. It is the distance between the center of the nucleus and the outermost shell. Okay, so you can take the atomic structure in your mind. It is the distance. So for example, let us consider this is a nucleus. In that electrons will be revolving around, isn't it? For example, if it is hydrogen means there is only one electrons in the shell. So the distance between the center of nucleus and the outermost shell is called valency. Okay children, have you understood? Now we have to see how the atomic size varies in a group or in a period. Okay, there is some trend. Okay, there will be some periodicity in the group and there will be some periodicity in the period. I told you what is periodicity. The properties will be repeated after regular intervals. Okay, so if we consider the first group, hydrogen will be similar to lithium, lithium will be similar to sodium. If it is in the period means lithium will be similar to beryllium, beryllium will be similar to boron. Okay, so there will be some periodicity in the properties. Let us see the periodicity. For this, you come for the activity 5.7. Okay, so see the atomic radii of the second period is given. Period means left to right. Beryllium 88 in PM. PM means picometer. Picometer means 10 power minus 12. That is 1 by 10th part in 12th part in a meter. Okay, then you have to arrange them in the decreasing order of their atomic radii. So which is having the least atomic radii? Okay, which is having the least, that is less atomic radius. Okay, lithium everything is given now, so you have to arrange in the decreasing order of their atomic radii. Okay, so what happens? Okay, what happens? Okay, so you have to arrange and you have to say, so what happens in the period that the atomic radii increases or decreases. Then which element is the largest and smallest atom? Okay, now consider with the atomic number. So which is smallest? Lithium is the smallest, and which is the largest here? Oxygen is the largest. Okay, so you compare the largest and the smallest atom with the atomic radii and say how it varies from left to right. Either it increases or it decreases. Okay, so this activity 5.7 you have to do and you have to come for the mid class. Okay, then so what happens in the period? Okay, what happens means as we go from left to right, okay, the atomic radii will decrease. Okay, how can we say means lithium is having the highest atomic radius and oxygen is having the lowest atomic radius. Why it so? Why it so? So this is what, because increase in the nuclear charge. Okay, because the additional electrons, lithium has one electron in the valence shell. Then next to lithium, beryllium will be having 2 electrons in the valence shell. So what does it mean? Means the electrons are added in the same shell. As a result, it increases the nuclear charge. Okay, as a result, it increases the nuclear charge. So what happens? So there is somewhat contraction in the atom and the atomic radii decreases. Okay children, now come for the activity 5.8. Okay, so the first group is given. Okay, sodium, lithium, rubidium, cesium, K, that is potassium, and the atomic radius is also given. Okay, which is the smallest one? Lithium. Which is the heaviest, largest atom? Cesium. Okay, so which is having the highest atomic radius? Cesium. Okay, so what happens? You have to write the electronic configuration of lithium up to cesium. So okay, so what happens means the extra electrons goes to the extra shell. Okay, the outermost electrons go to the extra shell. So what happens means the nuclear charge will decrease and the radius will increase. Okay, so this also you have to do it and come for the mid class. Okay, now metallic and non-metallic properties. Okay, now you can take the third period. Okay, you can take the third period. Okay, come for the third period. Okay, so this is the third period, isn't it? That is sodium, magnesium, then aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. So this is the third period, right children? Yeah. Okay, this is the third period. Okay, so what happens means in the left side we have sodium and magnesium, isn't it? Then in the right hand side we have sulfur and chlorine. Okay, so what does it mean? Means elements in the right hand side are metals and the elements in the left hand side are non-metals. Okay, in the middle we have metalloids, okay, like the silicon. Okay, metalloids means they have the properties of both metals and non-metals. And you go to the periodic table and you can see the zigzag line. So this zigzag line, okay, separates the metals and non-metals. Okay, it separates the metals and non-metals and the borderline elements, that is metalloids, or we can say semi-metals also, boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium, polonium. They have both the properties. They have the properties of metal as well as the non-metal. Okay children, have you understood up to this? Okay, now let us go for the activity 5.10. Okay, yes. Okay, so now let us go for the chapter 3. Okay, we have seen ionic bonding, isn't it? So what is meant by ionic bond? Ionic bond is the reaction between a metal and a non-metal. Okay, for example, sodium chloride formation. Sodium is the metal and chlorine is the non-metal. Sodium always have the tendency to give electrons. Okay, they have the tendency to lose electrons. So they are electropositive in nature. Okay, why they are electropositive in nature? They have 1 electrons or 2 electrons in the valence shell. So they can easily give that electrons because of less nuclear charge. Okay, let us consider chlorine. Chlorine always have the tendency to gain electrons. Okay, chlorine has the tendency to gain electrons. So they are electronegative in nature. So what we can say, that left to right, that is in the periodic table elements in the left to right, that is across the period, they always have the tendency to gain electrons, so they are electronegative. And moving up to down, that is in the down, they that is in the group, they always have the tendency to lose electrons, so they are electropositive in nature. So this activity 5.1 also you have to do it. Okay, so how would the tendency of gain electrons as you go from to left to right across the period? Okay, so what is the tendency? Either it has the tendency to gain electrons or not. Okay, like that you have to say. Okay children, then because of this is the trend, that is this is the trend. So across the group or across the period, it has the same properties. So this we used to say trend. Okay, then one more thing is, that is the oxides formed by metals are basic and the oxides formed by non-metals are acidic. This one all we have learned in the lower classes itself. Is it children? Yes. Have you all understood children? Okay. Now I will give the activity. You do that activity. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the meet class. Is it children? Okay children. Dear children, your activity for this class is, you complete the activity 5.6, 5.7, 5.8, 5.9, 5.10 and 5.11. And you want to write the answers for the questions in page number 90. Okay, do it children. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask me during the meet class. And you can also ask me either by calling or by messaging. Okay children, do the activity and submit to me. Okay, so within 5 you have to submit. Okay children, so do properly. Okay children, have a nice day. Meet you all in the next class. Thank you children.